Volvo has always been an unconventional brand, a company that has no problem being different in a highly competitive luxury market. But despite their long history of pioneering vehicle safety technology, they weren't seen as being on par with rival manufacturers until this generation for the Volvo XC90 first arrived at showrooms. With competitors such as the BMW X5, Audi Q7, and Mercedes Benz GLE, the XC90 certainly had its work cut out for it back in 2015. But now Volvo has become a prominent player in this segment by embracing a new form of Swedish engineering, and that is Scandinavian luxury. And Americans can't seem to get enough of what this Euro crossover has to offer. So here are 5 reasons why you should buy a 2023 Volvo XC90. The automotive industry really is at a crossroads, where styling trends are starting to shift away from physical buttons and instead embracing large infotainment systems with all features, including the climate control settings, being embedded in the head unit. Volvo may be ahead of the curve in this regard, as you're greeted by a minimalist interior that's no less desirable or visually appealing than what we see from rivals. But in typical Volvo fashion, they're not going to complicate the user experience or over-design the cabin to appease those coming from a BMW or Mercedes Benz. Dominating the center portion of the dashboard will be a 9-inch touchscreen that is Google-based with Google Maps and Google Assistant. However, now available for 2023, you will have Apple CarPlay connectivity. From this screen, you can access driver assistance features, customize your driving experience, and you can also navigate your way through the onboard owner's manual. As we've seen in prior years with Volvo vehicles, all your climate controls can be adjusted here, including the 3-level heated seats and heated steering wheel. Not as noteworthy, there will be a full digital gauge cluster. However, it's not as intuitive as Audi's virtual cockpit. But that isn't too surprising, as Volvo likes keeping things simple when it pertains to technology. Then quickly taking a look at the front seats, our model's leather-trimmed upholstery had a high-quality feel to them. And while not aggressively bolstered, during our time behind the wheel, we felt comfortable and secure as we approached twists and bends on back roads. And honestly, it's the interior comfort where Volvo is at their best. Remember the days when Volvos used to be squared, boxy, and 2 tons of Swedish metal rolling down city streets? The days when these cars were bought for their safety above everything else? Well, it's a new era. And for the past 7 years, this generation Volvo XC90 single-handedly altered the perception the general public had towards the brand. As today, we look at the lineup as being a testament to the Swedes taking risks and developing vehicles that aren't just one-dimensional. The XC90 is quite possibly one of the classiest 3-row crossovers at this price range, as the front fascia brings a sophisticated aura, and its on-road presence is anything but unforgettable. The iconic Thor hammer LED headlights has become a signature look for Volvo, and with the subtle chrome accents for the grille and also lower portion of the front bumper, it's just enough to make this crossover have upscale qualities without taking away from the mature and reserved appearance. Then as you make your way to the back, rather than completely forgetting their past, Volvo stuck to the traditional design of the vertical taillights that outline the rear window and liftgate, paying homage to the first generation XC90, but also the station wagons that preceded the era of crossovers. Going unnoticed and not appreciated enough is that the body lines are very pronounced, giving this crossover some character rather than just blending in on the roadways. Keeping the rear fascia looking clean, the exhaust outlets are tucked beneath the bumper, which is refreshing to see in an era with brands designing vehicles with non-functional exhaust tips to appear sporty, when in reality can look tacky and unfitting for the overall road presence. Premium luxury is hard to come by at around $60,000 these days, as every competitor, for the most part, is trying to wear many hats by being jack of all trades to appeal to a wide range of buyers. In an era of sports-tuned suspensions, heavier steering, and quick 0 to 60 times, it can be quite the daunting challenge to finding a crossover that's all about luxury rather than trying to impress journalists who unfairly demand enthusiast-focused driving dynamics when for the most part Americans are looking for a step up over their Toyota and Honda. Where the Volvo XC90 gains a lot of admiration in this segment is with its unique approach to the on-road performance, as the soft and comfortable suspension helps you glide over bumps and imperfections on city streets, and the lighter steering adds some maneuverability when taking on sharper corners. But as a result, feedback will be kept to a minimum, and on winding back roads, the XC90 won't be the most agile. However, it's without question one of the most enjoyable and pleasant crossovers when used as a daily commuter or road trip vehicle. The model we had featured was a B6, which is powered by a 2-liter turbo and supercharged 4-cylinder engine that produces 295 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque, and is paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. And this would be our recommendation, as the XC90 with this powertrain is very responsive and surprisingly quick when accelerating, as 0 to 60 times come in at right around 6.4 seconds, which isn't a barnstormer by any means. However, it will be a half second faster than a Mercedes Benz GLE 350, and marginally quicker than a 4-cylinder powered Audi Q7. Standard for 2023, this powertrain is accompanied by a 48-volt mild hybrid system that aids in efficiency and brings another dimension of smoothness to the ride quality and performance. And also made standard, all XC90s will be equipped with all-wheel drive to help tackle winter road conditions, whereas some rivals offer this drivetrain as an option. While we don't want to harp on the XC90 shortcomings as being a dynamic vehicle like the BMW X5, it does provide more than enough to not take away from its luxury-first approach to this segment. In the 2020s, there's without question a lot of parity in the automotive world, not only within product lines for specific brands, but across markets and segments. Volvo's evolution of being a premium luxury manufacturer hasn't taken away the Swedes' ability to produce a unique vehicle, as the interior layout differs greatly even when compared to Japanese, American, and Korean rivals. But also, as mentioned earlier, the driving dynamics isn't something Volvo's replicating based off of what others in this price range are doing. From the craftsmanship of the exterior to the design of the cabin, Volvo is immersing you into a Scandinavian-like experience that's shrouded in quieter undertones, and not overwhelming you with unnecessary aesthetics or tech features some buyers aren't comfortable using. We used to look at Volvo as being a quirky brand in the past, but their quirkiness today is why they've become a non-mainstream success, as the XC90 has been a huge part of their re-emergence here in the US. Regardless of your position on whether German luxury brands are class leaders in this market or not, they've inevitably become the go-to manufacturers for their performance, technology, and refinement. When looking at this segment as a whole, there's only one European challenger that has Audi, Mercedes Benz, and BMW looking in their rearview mirrors, and that's Volvo. What the XC90 has brought to the table is a crossover that prioritizes ride quality, interior comfort, and a unique style that bucks a trend of vehicles emphasizing athleticism and dynamic attributes, which is why we're seeing Americans gravitate towards Volvo, because it's been designed and engineered specifically for families in mind. While it may not be the flashiest or sexiest 3-row crossover out there, it is one of the safest, and when you factor in its practicality, welcoming cabin, and even respectable performance, it just might be the best alternative to the Germans. We hope you enjoyed this quick buyer's guide for the 2023 Volvo XC90. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you're interested in buying an XC90 or any other luxury crossover, make sure to check out our full reviews to help you find your next vehicle. And thanks for watching.